And welcome into another episode of Dan D'Antoni Sports. My name is Dan Snyder, joined tonight by a full complement of Dan D'Antonians. We got Dan, we got Dan, we got Tony, we got Dan. Gentlemen, what's up?
Going on?
Howdy.
It's nice to have everyone back.
It's
been a while.
It is nice to have everyone back. Guys, actually, I think this is 2 weeks in a row, right?
So.
No.
No, Dan.
Yeah, you were sick and Tony, you were out last week. It was the week before.
Yes.
Yeah.
It has been an irregularity, but should be happening more, I think.
That's awesome because I feel like we are at our best and we owe it to our fans for all of us to be here, engaged, together. And we got one topic to talk tonight, but that topic is going to take up the entire time because it's a big topic. All right, and that is college football. I know that's a very broad topic. We're just going to run down. We're not going to break down any of the games from the top 25. We're just going to recap the scores, and we're just going to completely ignore the NFL tonight, as if it's not even a thing. Because, quite frankly, we don't have time. But
We'll get to the NFL
eventually
in the next couple of weeks. I mean, as the picture starts to clear itself, it'd be nice to get back to it. But right now, college football is at its peak.
And there is some absolute fucking craziness going on this week. And we'll break down what that is and why that is in just a few moments. But first thing we're going to do, just take a couple minutes real quick. Like I said, go through the top 25, not break down like we normally do. Because we, quite frankly, we don't have time for that. But top 25 scores from this past week. Baylor survives an upset bid against West Virginia, 17-14 to remain undefeated. Appalachian State, not so lucky, gets beat by Georgia Southern, 24-21. Michigan lays the wood to Maryland, 38-7. Wake Forest beats NC State, 44-10. Notre Dame very narrowly survives Virginia Tech, 21-20. Georgia holds off Florida, 24-17. K-State continues their win streak, up 138-10 over Kansas. Clemson, probably the most impressive win by any team this week has been Clemson, 59-14 over Wofford. You know, the powerhouse.
Basketball?
Not even. Utah 33, Washington 28. Auburn beat Ole Miss 20-14. Cincy down pretty big, came back to win 46-43. Another unbeaten falls in this week. Memphis upsets SMU 54-48. Oregon looks like USC is gonna beat Oregon in the first quarter, and then Oregon's just like, fuck this. Turns it on, 56-24 win, and then Boise State beats San Jose State 52-42. So that was the action from Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The action from Tuesday was fucking insane. And what I mean by that is college football playoff rankings. So we're going to go through 5 at a time and talk about what we think, if teams deserve to be in that aren't, teams that should be out that are in. So we'll start with 25 through 21. That is SMU at 25, Navy at 24, Oklahoma State at 23, Boise State at 22, and Memphis at 21. I'm a little surprised by the Oklahoma State selection, especially with the fact that they played some really bad teams. They've had a couple of really bad losses. They've got 3 losses, and somehow
I don't agree with where they're positioned. I mean, I think SMU should probably been higher than them.
I think so too. I don't think Oklahoma State is deserving of being in the top 25. I feel like if you're going to put another team that's like on the cusp, first of all, Central Florida probably deserves it more than they do. Indiana deserves it more than they do. Indiana is 7-2 this year.
Yeah, surprisingly.
What?
They're sneaky good. And I mean, I get it because I think a lot of it came to the Oklahoma selection is more of the eye test in recent weeks. Because Oklahoma State has looked better and does look way more impressive now than they did in the beginning of the year. But
yeah, they did have a big win over Iowa State, who was ranked at the time they beat them. But I don't know. I feel like this year there's so much disdain for the Group of Five conferences because you've got teams with 2 losses, such as Iowa. Can you honestly tell me that Cincinnati couldn't beat Iowa?
that Cincinnati couldn't beat them?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, could Cincinnati... Who else? Cincinnati could beat Kansas State?
I mean, Cincinnati could... I mean, depending on which Cincinnati shows up, Cincinnati's a pretty solid football team.
They have 1 loss. You know who that loss is to?
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because everybody in the sports jungle constantly wants to bring that, their only big game was against Cincinnati. Pump your brakes, okay? If it wasn't for Wisconsin thinking ahead, they would have been a big win there. We still play Penn State. We're still playing the team up north. And we're still going to have to play whoever the fuck ends up at the Big Ten Championship. Calm the fuck down.
Potentially. Let's not discredit
And also,
Penn State right now.
LSU fans can lick my balls because Joe Burrow came and transferred out of Ohio State, so you're fucking welcome.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit. I have a feeling you and I are going to disagree a little bit.
Maybe you might actually be surprised, but continue. Continue down the list. Yeah, I don't know that Oklahoma State deserves to be there. I think SMU should have been higher because they've 1 loss at this point, correct?
Yeah, SMU should be higher.
Memphis, right?
What was
that was
that?
to Memphis last week, right?
Yeah.
This week. Yeah.
That's my other beef in this group of 5 that we've gone through. Memphis should be higher than 21. I feel like Memphis Memphis is a solid 15 to 17.
Yeah.
I really don't get how a 3-loss team is even in the top 25 over teams like San Diego State, like
Indiana.
Yeah.
I mean, any 2-loss team.
They need to be out of the top 25. I don't know what the people that decide the playoffs are thinking. Oklahoma State really shouldn't even be in the conversation anymore.
I completely agree. The only reason they are is because they play in a Power 5 conference, which I think is like the shittiest of shit arguments.
I mean,
because
you could make that argument, but I mean...
Tell me a 6-3 Rutgers gets ranked.
No. Well, they might, just out of
Because
the sheer fact that...
They somehow got 6 wins.
Yeah, Rutgers actually won 6 fucking games for the first time in 150 years.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's 100.
That is accurate. I realize my folly after saying that.
Yeah, like that, like, just to give them acknowledgement and be like, hey, what you're doing, we like it, keep it up. Like, that would be their encouragement for getting number 25 or something. Like, I could see that. But again, Oklahoma State is not 25. I could see if they want to make the argument that Oklahoma State should be at 25. They think that they're the best team sitting outside of it that is sitting there that could be removed, but could potentially go up. I could see that argument. But putting them where they do gives them more credit than I think they deserve in a shit conference.
I agree. Like, I think they automatically should get 5 spots higher just because their running back's name is Chubba Hubbard. I think that alone is worth 5 spots. So maybe that's their thinking.
I don't know if I agree with that, although Chubba Hubbard is a fantastic name.
So if you put them at 23rd, to me, that says that you believe they belong anywhere from 20 to 25, which I disagree. I don't think they belong at 20.
I don't necessarily think that they do either. But
I think that is a bad decision. I also think dropping a previously undefeated Appalachian State. I mean, I think they were 24. They were ranked number 24 in the nation, and they lost. So, like, you can't necessarily keep them in the top 25. But Jesus Christ, Oklahoma State has done nothing.
No, I don't.
To deserve
I don't
being
really
in the top
know
25.
why they're there, but I don't. To be honest with you, I really don't expect them to be there much longer.
I don't either.
They're going to shoot themselves in the foot, and they'll be outside of it. I mean, it's baffling, but this is a college football playoff committee we're talking about, and they make numerous baffling choices every year.
Really bad decisions.
Yes.
Which I can fix. Here we go. We said we're going to try and eliminate tangents. Here's a related tangent. How do you eliminate the stupid bullshit? Don't let humans get involved.
Well,
16-team playoff. 10 conference champions automatically in. 6
at large.
at large. Voted. The teams will be announced the day after the last conference championship is played. The 10 coaches that are in the playoffs get together and select the next 6. Because they know better. I'm telling you, Ryan, if Ohio State beats Penn State won't make it to the Big Ten championship. Ryan Day would know better than anyone else if Penn State legitimately deserves to be in the playoffs in a 16 team. And let's go Alabama. Nick Saban would know better if Georgia deserves to be in a 16-team playoff. The coaches know better.
You don't think those coaches could potentially, corrupt that kind of system and pick weaker teams that, they'd rather face?
Well, you'd have to have criteria. But no,
I think you have to set the bar for who they can and cannot. Like, it can only be teams with X number of losses.
It's already determined by people who have biases anyways.
Yeah. I mean, I like the way you're going. I don't know if it should be. I think it should be the top 6 voted on as per every coach in the country. They all put in their votes and then they're tallied up.
And then maybe the ones that are in are exempt to keep the weaker teams from going in.
They don't get a vote. Everyone else every one of the other coaches gets to vote, and the top 6 with the top votes are the 6 that have accumulated the most vote on average. Like, every coach submits the 6 teams that they think, and the ones that got the most votes should go in.
If you have more than 2 losses, if you have 3 or more losses, you are ineligible for the playoff unless you win your conference.
Right. I mean, that's a way for a team to get in, but then from there, all the coaches that are not playing in the playoff give a